How to do, everyone? Kind of a strange video, but I maybe this can help someone else out there. So here we go. Got a new job recently. So there's four managers. Three are really cool and chill, and there's just one manager that's an absolute asshole. Um, but anyway, so this guy's very unpopular because he goes around from section to section at work and is just a bully. He thinks that everything has to be done his way, but there are other ways that other people personalize their work and do their jobs more efficiently and better. Now, of course, if you've been in the job market, there's these goddamn managers that may have worked for a little while and they think they know their shit. But usually you'll find out that, especially where I work, these managers fucking leave early, right? So, for example, they're not in a easy bake oven for 11 hours, almost getting heat stroke and being on their feet, because they're fucking managers. They make up the rules themselves, right? Half the time, they're not doing shit anyway. Well, this one in particular, but the other three are always like busy and on hand, willing to help. And this guy, the only reason why he helps is to terrorize people. He's kind of a bully in that sense. And so if I'm trying to get around to the point in this video, just speaking for myself, is you have a right to defend yourself. And if someone's being an asshole and disrespectful, especially when you come in to work on your day off, and they're being an asshole about it, I was just like, okay, I'm done, and I left. And I don't care if they write me up, because at the end of the day, you must defend yourself. You must have self-worth in yourself. Because if you let these people just like steamroll you all the time without, giving them a little cup check, as it were, in the job market sense, you make them think a little bit. Now, of course, it's not the case for everyone. And unfortunately, for most of you out there, you're going to be stuck with these fucking abhorrent dickheads uh most your career, maybe, but hopefully not. But in this case, so this guy's being like pushed out because he shits in everyone's cereal bowl. That's just what he does. So he's moving on to greener pasture. But of course, in the last 3 weeks, he's more empowered to be a dickhead about it, because as he leaves out the door, he's going to cut a swath and be an asshole, and that gives him license to be an asshole because he's already out. He's already technically not working there, right? Because he's put in his 2 weeks or whatever. He's moving on to his bullshit, greener pastures. But you would figure if you were like in this position, like I know if I was a manager in this position and if I needed to correct someone, I'd be like, hey, I solved this issue. Don't worry about it. I know you were like working 11 hours on your fucking feet melting up here, but forget about it. Just don't don't forget about it, next time, which most of these other managers would have done. But this guy managed to take pictures of the supposed thing I did and show me on his phone. And this guy was in before the business was even fucking open. So he could have, instead of, being um, a proper manager, he decides to do this little thing and then be an inquisitive asshole. And I came in on my day off, and I just got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be here for 11 goddamn hours while you're riding my ass like it's a carousel. So yeah, if I get rough, I get fired. I don't give a fuck. Um, that's just me. But if the see, this is a terrible video because it's bad advice. It's gonna get you fired. But you gotta stand up for yourself. And if someone's being a disrespectful cunt, um, you have to push back. You have to power check that, because if you don't, it's like a bully in school, right? If someone has power over you, realizes and understands they can be a constant like asshole to you, and you don't do anything about it, that's just going to get worse and worse down the road. And maybe this job isn't for me, and maybe it leads to me getting fired. But either way, at the end of the day, I defended myself, and I was like, enough is enough. I'm fucking out of here for the day. So if it's one, like, I know in these days we can't really have that, and I'm in a very fortunate situation where I can have that opinion and have that choice. But even if it, I don't know, I can't think of a worser fate than if I was to stay there the entire shift today, and this guy just be a cancerous fucking dickhead. Um, and you know, maybe I'm reading into it all wrong, but maybe that's just me because I'm socially retarded. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna defend myself. I'm gonna stand up for myself. And if I pick up on some like fuck games going on that I don't like, I don't have to participate and I don't have to enjoy it. So that's just my rant of the day that I had to get off my chest. Hopefully you found it interesting, and hopefully, if you are in a position where you can defend yourself without being fired, or you can stand up to yourself or report an abusive manager or employee to the authority, you can. Like, good luck, because most management are all like buddy buddy anyways where you are. But there are ways of fighting back at the system without going that route. Stop showing up early, for example. Show do as less work as possible, because remember, they're not paying you on effort, they're paying you by hour. So there's ways to get back at the system and the job you're at. Just come up with creative ways yourself. And that's what I did today, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And what are they going to do? Like, oh no, it's a shitty service industry job. It's not like there's thousands of those in my state. Oh no. Right. So of course, use this your freedom, your free will with a little bit of uh, tact. But yeah. Anyways, that's all I wanted to share, and just something I wanted to get off my chest. But damn, do I feel good? And that's to thine own self be true. And if you're in a position where you're at a place in employment, and someone's being like an aggressive, like overbearing, like turd, that doesn't mean you have to like him. That doesn't mean you have to continuing taking their advice. Well, actually it does, because you might get fired. But yeah.
Money. We gotta make some money.
The sky